Okay, and so we have just passed lap 40 not too long ago. So almost halfway through the base and I'm at about 14,000 points and my gem count is about 1597. So I think we started at around 1750. So we've used about 250 gems so far. We haven't done any skips yet because the team has been kind enough to do their skips. So I like to save my skips for during the quieter periods of time because there's less people online during that time. So in case my gems are needed at that time, I like to save them up for that. Otherwise, if I am leading, then I try to get my skips in quite early because people don't follow what you say, they follow what you do. So if you're a lead out there and you want people to follow you by example, you really do need to sort of lead the front and lead the charge because people will follow you. Okay, and we're just gonna do this OFA. The main thing I want to call out for this OFA is you want to give it to the people that already have 3 epics in their pods. So I'll show you what I mean. So here I've got 3 to go. So these aren't costing me any gems apart from the prep gems that I already used. So that's 3 down and I just need to do 2 more. So you want the people that have them prepped to use them on the pods first because then they can go prep some more. 4. And 5. Okay, so that's the overplay done. And now we are 31 laps in. I think we do have plenty of time to rank some more epics. So I'm gonna put some more epics in the cooker. So if it's the start of race, this is what I would do. I would put something like a fire saw or a tree saw in. And then I would go look for epics to rank. So we will do you. So the ones that I have left over are all 16-hour 30s. Because I sold the expensive ones because they were clogging up too much room. Rank up here. And we might do a legendary for the last one. No, we'll do an epic. We'll do an epic. I think 55 laps to go. That's a lot of time. Alright, so now I'm ready if there's going to be another rank up epics task or also for the JEs. Well, I will be ready in 17 hours. Next note, here there are a bunch of level 5 runes. So if you've been prepping the level 4 runes, these will be really easy for you. So always do the DYP first. Because the DYPs are the things that will slow your race down. So we're calling one at a time so that other people also have a chance. So, you know, I could be greedy and try to do as many as I can, but that's not the game here. The game is it's a team race and we want everyone to sort of pitch in and do their thing. Okay, so and it looks like people are jumping on the JE, so we're going to stop there. Okay, so we are about 1.5 days in and there is the first breed legendaries that I've seen. So what I've done is I've just put on my Rune Guardian for 10 gems and I'm going to breed whatever that was from El Colossal now. So there we go, that's going to clog up another hatch. That's a Dunra, I don't have Dunra yet, so that's why I bred it. And there we go, so we've contributed to make this gem skip just a little bit cheaper. Okay, and so we have a JE craft 8 level 6 runes. I've caught one and there's 2 ways to do it, so I'll show you both. Actually, I'll just show you one. So as a free-to-play player, what you want to do is you want to have a look at both your level 5 and level 6 runes. So you can see me, level 6, I've got quite low, I don't have many. If I had a lot more, what I would do is I would go gamble. I would go for a 6 and 3 ones. And that's going to get me a 7, 25% of the time. And I'm happy to get 7s because I want more 7s. or 50% of the time it's going to get me a 6, which is what I want, and 25% of the time it's going to downgrade me to a 5, which is not what I want. But if we have a look at my 5s, you can see I've got a lot of 5s left. So because I have a lot of 5s left, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to gamble, I'm just going to rank these up directly. And that's 2 gems, I think. Okay, and so we have a breed 48 uncommon earth task. So this is where I do kind of miss Legends Pass a bit. So I do have breeding grounds open, but I've only got 4 slots and 2 of those are taken by really big fat monsters. So we are going to sacrifice this. We're going to sell that and we're going to start breeding. So what I do when I'm breeding here is I will breed and I'll look for 35 seconds. So that's a minute. So I'm going to leave that one and I'm going to park that one and I'm going to wait till this one finishes hatching. And then I'm going to check this one and see if this one was a 35-second breed. I don't remember what it was, but notice that I've got 2 breeding trees ready, especially for these tasks, because these are the types of tasks that can slow us down. So I prepare especially for these so that we can keep going as fast as possible. Okay, so that was also a free tool. So we're going to breed again. Okay, so now both sides are breeding rares, so it doesn't really matter which one we go. We're just going to keep looking for 35-second breeds and then keep cycling that one over and over. Okay, and we're on lap 33. And here's a JE feed monsters with 9 million food. So this is another very easy and very free to play friendly quest. I don't have anything left to feed, so I am feeding panicans and selling them. Hopefully we didn't go over there. Yep, not too bad. So we'll just let the other guys finish those ones off. So we're going to do our first big quest now. So rank up 44 rares. So similar to yesterday, I'm going to do these rank ups and watch a whole bunch of Monsterwood videos in between as well. So I'll record the whole thing and then I'll just speed up a bunch of it and cut out the middle part because that's not that interesting. So these tasks I actually quite like because I prep free tools all the time. And you can see here, I'm doing free tools from one breeding tree and Tarzate from the other breeding tree. So I'm continually prepping these so that I can do tasks like these or if there is an OFA. And my number of Tarzates and free tools is pretty low as well. So yeah, that might look like a lot to some people, but that's about maybe 20-ish. And that gets eaten up really quickly if you are doing OFAs. We've got 10 people on. If there was like maybe 3 or 4 more people on, I would start gemming these. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep ranking those up, watch some ads in between, and also clear these and pick up the Tarzates as they come through as well. So you can see I've watched no ads today because I haven't had a task like this to jump on and do this sort of thing. Another tip I realized yesterday, if you happen to get a 60-second Call of Duty ad, what you do is get out, don't watch the whole thing, and then close your app and then come back. So it only happened twice to me, but what had happened was after that, I would get 3 to 10 5-second videos in a row straight after coming back in. So I think they have some sort of notification where if you exit out of really long ads, then they try to give you short ads. So hot tip there. This is also when I catch up on Discord and other things like that as well, because I can multitask and do 2 things at once. I guess that's one of the advantages of using something like the BlueStacks. And this next one is one of my favorites. It's probably one of the best free-to-play tasks, and that's hatch Gygrams or hatch uncommon funders. So if you have pterodactyls already, use them. Otherwise, craft and hatch Gygrams. And now there's a JE, which is just hatch anything. This is also very free to play friendly. So whenever these come out, just hatch crazy and do as many pandakins and greenasaurs as you can so you can fill up on them at the same time. And here we have a rank rare DYP. So anytime there's a DYP as a free-to-play player, one of your biggest roles is to grind and get through as many DYPs as possible because your teammates are using gems more than you. So one thing that you can contribute in a meaningful way is to do as many DYPs as possible, and that way you can keep the race moving. And we also have a JE PvP as well. So when you are free to play, you want to jump on these as many as you can as well because they're free and you have unlimited chances in PvP. So I'm around, I think at the time, top 70-ish at this time, and I think I might have knocked off 2 or 3 PvPs for this task. And here is a feed food task. So any of these JEs where you just have to feed your monsters, jump on those as well because they're essentially free as long as you have good gold production and can keep. Now, if you had super duper attention to detail in those speed ups, you would have noticed some of their messaging is really just around teamwork and communication. So as a senior player or a lead or a co-lead, you really need to realize that the race is not a one-man race, it's a team race. And the more you can do to sort of keep morale up and keep people online, especially when you have lots of people online. I think at this time we had like 15 or 20 people on for about 10-20 minutes, and that just helped us pump out some extra laps. So as a lead, team lead, squad captain in Placid Fury, do your best to keep morale up and keep people online for as long as possible when we do have momentum. And the next JE we have looks like it's a whole bunch of rank uncommons again. So I don't know if it's just me, but there seems to be a lot more Greenasaur ranks this race. And it seems like they try to make it more free-to-play friendly, less uncommon breeds and more rank uncommons, which is nice. And this next node here is to either feed or collect gold. And the thing I want to call out here is as a lead, yes, you want to lead the way, but you also want to give your teammates an opportunity to shine. So here, yes, I could have done this quite easily and collected all of my Black Lotuses, but at the same time, I just collected a few and then let the team do the rest because you want to show what it's like to sort of have good teamwork at the same time as well. Okay, and the next one is an OFA that I'm doing personally. So it's rank up 21 rare monsters, and you can see we've got 16 out of 30 people online, and because we have 16 people, I really want to gem all of these out as soon as I can because then we can keep the race moving. So this was a period of time during this morning where we had like 15 or 20 people ongoing. So this was one where I put my hand up and said, yep, I'm gonna use my gems. It's only 21 gems, which isn't a lot. But what actually used up more resources was just the cells that I had for the Tarzapes and Fritos, mostly Tarzapes. So as a lead, as a co-lead, lead by example and take a hit to your gems here and there, even as a free-to-play player. You know, my goal is to get the race done and get the race done quickly under 4 days. That's much more important to me than saving a few gems here and there. I sort of lost count a little bit. I wasn't sure if I was at 20 or 21, so I just had to go back and check and at the same time just communicate that, hey, I'm at 20 out of 21. And this next one is a craft 14 level 5 runes. So whilst we still have people on, I just want to plow through as many quests as possible. So this is another one where I did a whole bunch of JEs on the runes here. And here we sort of drop back to 10, 11, 12 people. And the one thing I want to call out here is to share your tasks around. So this one was a JE of looks like 80 million gold. So I was doing about 5 million gold at a time so that we can sort of share the points and contribution around across the team. And we're just going to do a bunch of rank up Greenasaur tasks here. So Greenasaurs are also a very easy free-to-play friendly. So we've been stuck on this last node for about maybe an hour, and then someone came in and skipped that, so thank you, Sheila. The rank up 54 uncommons, these are about, I think about 20 points each. And we're getting close to 15k and we're on lap 41. So the main thing I want you to notice here is the Greenasaurs. Normally what I say is rank up twice and then extract. But because I'm low on Greenasaur cells, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just rank up once and then extract straight away. And over time, I'm just going to get some more Greenasaurs as well because I'm really short at the moment. The way I decide whether I'm going to be breeding Greenasaurs or the Earthlings, the Rare Earths, either Friedles or Tarzapes, is just based on how much I need each of them. So right now, I've stocked up on a whole bunch of Tarzapes and Friedles already, so I am going to move back into breeding Greenasaurs, but only if I'm going to be around for a while, because those Greenasaurs, they actually hatch really fast, so you want to be doing it when you are actually going to be doing something, such as now. When you're doing tasks or quests like these ones, this is when you want to be breeding Pandakins and Greenasaurs because your attention is going to be on the race. Whereas if you're going to be away for a while, you want to be breeding something that's going to take a while longer. So we're just going to keep ranking in and extracting Greenasaurs here. And by extracting once, then you can see I'll get 110 cells back each time, which can then go into the next Greenasaur rank. So it sort of just cycles. So that's how you can sort of maintain a reasonable amount of cells. Okay, so we are about 3 days, not 3 days, we're about 3 hours into day 3. And I'm on about 1600 gems, so that means I've used about, I think about 150-ish still, and I'm almost at 15,000 points. So the task we're on right now is a Hatch 8 uncommon, so these are pterodactyls. So I've caught 2 already, so I've caught J2 and J6, so I'm going to go do those right now. So what I want to show you here is, oh, I thought I had a pterodactyl here, but I don't, but that's okay. So you know how I've been saving these? I'm going to use these right now. So I'm going to put all of these into my hatchery. So those cost 2 gem each. And pterodactyls aren't the most cheapest, but they are still a reasonable sort of cost. So that would have cost 2 gems to put in and 6 gems to hatch now. So that's how I use the pterodactyls. It seems a little bit more expensive than normal. So I think we don't have the hatching boost on legendaries. So I think as free to play, that's probably not something you want to do. If you are running Legends Pass, this one is a little bit cheaper. I think it should be 5 gems. Okay, and we are back. We have 4 out of 30 people on. And we do have a task that's going to take a little bit of time, but not too much time. So we're going to jump onto this one. So I volunteered for the OFA hatch. And if no one else that's sort of on lower points wants to do it, I'll just knock that one out. In the meantime, we'll craft that level 5 rune and also start doing some rank up on Greenasaurs. There's a lot of Greenasaurs lately. We'll grab this 4, which was crafting from earlier, and we'll do a 5. So that's the DYP done, and we'll start ranking up some Greenasaurs. My bank of Greenasaurs is still a bit lower than I would like, so I'm just going to keep ranking up one at a time. So we caught for 5, that's 1 down. I've got too many panicans right now, so I'm just selling those off. Our second one. That's gonna be our third. And we'll go do the overlay. So how many etching was it? So we need to do 5. So there's our first one. We are starting to run low on diagrams as well, so we might need to start keeping them instead of selling them. Two. Three. And you can see I'm looping in some greener source at the same time because we're clicking on the building anyway. I can't remember if we're on 4 or 5, so we'll check after this one. We're on 4, so we'll do one more. And we have done our 5 greener source as well. So that's a 6. We'll go back and call that. And we'll go craft 1 extra. So I think that's going to be a wrap for today. If you learned something, if you enjoyed these videos, make sure you subscribe. Let me know what sort of content you want to have a look at, what's going to help you. And I will see you guys next time.